Good morning. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network, and it's time to take a look at our midday livestock trade with livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. And Kyle, not a whole lot going on today. We're kind of chopping up and down, but not real hard in either direction. Tell me what you see for trade today.
That's right. We've basically got a lack of direction here. We've traded this December live cattle contract from a high of $236.15 on down to $234.55. Not quite a $2 range. We're down $1 right now at $235.20, kind of sitting in the middle of that range here. So small range, small change here, some would say. As far as the spreads go, we're seeing a little bit of bear spreading going on here. October losing ground to the East losing ground to the Feb losing ground to the April. Looks to me like there's a little bit of commercial sell pressure in here, but also some of these non-commercial funds liquidating some of their position as well. On the feeder cattle side of things here, that index looks like it's going to be down here about 50 cents today, around 361.65 with a daily number of 360.41 going into that. So we got to keep our eyes on that index there. That index has been slowly creeping down here, but the futures are still quite a bit discount here to the cash. So it's a little bit tough to be selling the market here when you're that much discount to the cash. You've only got a few days left here for them to come together. The October feeder cattle, though, they've made a high of 356.12. I think this 355.50 area is going to be imperative here for us to hold on the close here in order to keep this momentum to the upside here on this feeder cattle market. The low's been 352.97. We opened up and looked to be what was going to be an open price low type situation. We started chugging higher, and then all of a sudden they just pulled the bid, and we dropped down quite a bit there, and they've since recovered there off those lows. Now, a couple things we're going to have to keep our eyes on and ears on out there in the country. I have heard that there are some packers that are going to be cutting kills here this week due to the fact that they've got some boxes that are stacking up. I cannot get a good confirmation on that. That's just a rumor that was started here that I heard here yesterday after the close. Also, we have a cattle on feed report that's due out here on Friday at 2 o'clock.
All right. Thank you, Kyle. That is market analyst Kyle Bumsted. And if you'd like to talk to him about the livestock markets, call him at 308-708-7340. You're listening to the Rural Radio Network.
With this Grain IQ Minute, I'm Bryce Duskett. What are your options with options trading? Should you sell a put or buy a call, or buy a put and sell a call?
I always say that if you want to use a put, it's going to put a floor under your production and protect it against it going lower, which is what we're historically worried about as a farmer. Or if you want to buy a call, allows you to call in to you or be able to own it, and allows you to benefit if the market goes higher. But typically as a producer, you want to buy a put to protect your price.
Grain IQ is a grain marketing podcast designed just for you, the producer, to help you make better grain marketing decisions. Doug Simon is a commodity consultant with Trados.
With the futures market, there's always one seller and one buyer. And in an options market, for every call that's bought, there's also a call seller. And then for every put that's bought, there's also a put seller.
Grain IQ, the grain marketing podcast helping you be more profitable. Subscribe and listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or on the Rural Radio Podcast Hub.
Good morning. With a check of your markets, I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network. Harvest is underway and corn is 7% harvested as of Sunday. The rest of the U.S. corn crop is 85% dented and 41% mature. Corn exports were strong last week at 59.5 million bushels. The USDA also reported a private flash sale of 5.9 million bushels of new crop corn yesterday. Soybeans harvested is estimated at 5%, and new year-to-date exports as of last week are 43% higher than the same time a year ago. Wheat is getting a bounce as it's being reported that Indonesia, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka have all booked U.S. wheat in the past week, a combination of soft white and hard red winter. Grains are higher this morning as well because trade seems optimistic about the possibility of finally making a trade deal with China. President Trump is expected to meet with China's president on Friday. December corn is up 6 at 429.5. March up 6 at 447. November soybeans are up 6.5 at 1049.25. January up 7 at 1068.75. December Chicago wheat up 8.25 at 533.25. March up 7.75 at 550.5. December Kansas City wheat is up 7.25 at 521.25. March is up 7.5 at 542.25. On the livestock side of things, October live cattle are down 122 at 233.37. December down 112 at 235.15. September feeders are up 30 cents at 359.10. October up 40 at 354.90. December lean hogs are down 75 at 88.10. February down 30 at 90.15. And class 3 milk for October is up 8 cents at 16.